Evening, people. Welcome back to Seasiders TV, and we're going to do a match preview for Heaton Stannington at home at the Mountain System Stadium tomorrow, Saturday. So yeah, we'll get into that. We'll have a look at the league table. We'll take a quick look at the form table. We'll look at a couple of threats like goal scorers from Heaton Stannington, and then basically we'll just have a chat. Let's wrap up the opposite nightmare, because it was a nightmare. If you haven't seen the panel video that we did the other night, go take a look. We kind of wrapped that up. Look, it was a horror show. It was, as Danny said, it was a shambles. But I think we've got to leave that now. We've got to leave that there. Look, there's no good dwelling on the past, because this team's got work to do, and a lot of work to do. And I don't think it's going to help if we keep dragging that back. It needed to be said. There was a few bits that needed to be aired out. Criticisms have to happen. You can't wrap yourself in bubble wrap. But tomorrow's now about Heaton Stannington. And look, we need a win. We need a win. Because confidence has to start coming now. The boys need to get that good feeling. Look, losing's a habit, and it's a habit you don't want. Just as well as winning's a habit, and that's the habit you desperately need. Well, brid need at the minute to climb that table. So, with that being said, let's just leave that there now, because I don't think any more is going to come out of it. I think Danny will have told the lads in no uncertain terms that just ain't gonna fly. We just can't have that. So we look forward to tomorrow with positivity. We all get on the positivity train and we try and get 3 points. That's what we've got to do. Let's talk about Heaton Stannington. Let's get up the league table and we'll have a look at what they're like away from home. Spoiler, they're not great. So if we pull this up now, hopefully this will come up on screen. As you can see, Heaton Stannington sat in 14th. So, lower half of the table. But the interesting thing is, and the thing that brid's really got to take a bit of confidence from here, is that they've played 8 games away from home and they've only won one and drawn 2. So look, they aren't great travellers. They don't travel well. So this, for me, brid tomorrow, got to start fast. They've got to let Heaton Stannington know, look, brid have turned up today and you ain't leaving. You're not getting anything today, boys. You're going home empty-handed. Thanks for the trip down. We hope you had a nice time, but get your sins out of here. We want it more than you today. What we don't need is brid conceding early, because to me, panic settings, and then you just don't know what's going to happen. I said to a few of the boys, look, I think the worst thing that can happen is brid conceding very early. I don't look positive. We're not. We're gonna get on top of them quick. Needs to happen. I think that the early kind of battles are really gonna decide quite a lot in this one. Brid down in 16th on 17 points. And you've got Heaton Stannington there, sat there on 19 points. We played the same amount of games. So, look, it's an opportunity for brid to leapfrog these. And I think we'll do it. I think, look, if brid do go 1-0 down early, let's try. And I love the boys in the stands chanting, but this time let's just try and like a bit of encouragement. You guys do what you want, but I think we just get behind them this time. I think they actually need the home crowd to really rally behind the boys this time. So yeah, that's that. We have a chance to leapfrog Heaton Stannington tomorrow, and that has got to be the most important thing. So if we go now and we take that down, and we'll bring this one up, which is the form guide. This shows us where we're at, people, form-wise. We're at the basement. We're at the bottom. You can't go any lower. So the positive thing is the only way is up, right? The only way is up. I don't think we need to feel down on ourselves. I think we've been unlucky in a few games this year. I think we could have got a few draws where we've now really lost. And look, but the interesting thing is also, look, Heaton Stannington, out of a 22-team league, sat in 18th. They've picked up 1 point, just one single point more than Brid in the last 6 games. So look, their confidence is bad as well. They're coming here not in great form, only winning 1 out of 8 fixtures away from home this season. The boys need to get into them. They need a win. They can beat these because they're better than these. It's just obviously the patterns of play and the events in the games have gone against them, and they're partly to blame for that, people. There's no skirting around the subject. Brid weren't good. Everyone knows that. They were bad against Ossett. But we've seen them be better. The people that go away have seen them be a lot better. But that performance against Dunstan was a night and day. And we was all there to see that. We know this team is capable. So, both teams in the mud at the minute. Confidence, neither team has it really at the minute. So, for Brid, look, it's not do or die, is it? But it's one of them where they've got a real opportunity here to pick up 3 points. Real opportunity. What we don't want to see is long ball. I've talked to people who go away, and it's like they almost play 2 different kinds of football. Then he's saying they're getting the same instructions. So if they're getting the same instructions and they're doing something totally different away from them to what they're doing at them, that's on them. That's on them. But it's also on them to turn this thing around. And it doesn't take much. Listen, a win does wonders. 2 wins. If you get 2, 3 wins on the bounce and you're thinking, what were we even worrying about? Seriously. It's one of those where people are like, oh, look at, he was making a big deal out of it. This, that, and the other. He was being like so dramatic, this, that, and the other. Fine, being dramatic. If we get to that point, everyone can just kind of blow a big sigh of relief and go, do you know what? It was just a sticky patch. Get behind the manager. I don't want to hear anyone really singing you're getting sacked in the mornings. Look, Denny hasn't had enough time to. You've got to give him more time than this. For me, anyway. You're entitled to your opinion. If you want him out, you want him out. I'm just saying, I think, he really hasn't had enough time to make a full assessment on what's going on there. He's had everything he needs. He's been given everything he wants. I will say that. There might have been 1 or 2 things that he's asked for that. But from the way he talks to me, Dan Rogers and the people boardroom level at the club have given him everything he's asked for. So look, he's got his team. Ossett wasn't good enough. Positivity would move forward. And with that positivity, we pick up 3 points, is what I'm saying. Let's have a look. I want to point out a couple of what are Heaton Stannington's more dangerous players, so we can keep an eye on them on the day, just through stats. I can't profess to have seen these guys play, but these dudes. So we've got Leighton Hopper, who has scored 5 this season. So 8 appearances, 5 goals, knows where the back of the net is. If he's fit, Brid needs to make sure that they're keeping an eye on this dude, because when he gets chances, he scores. So Leighton Hopper is 1. Keep your eye out for him on the team sheet tomorrow. And I think I've got one more, and then we'll get out of here. Not that. Share screen. One more, which is Connor Lamb. Connor Lamb, 14 appearances, 4 goals. So he's scoring 1 like every 3 and a bit games, which isn't too bad, is it? To be fair, but keep an eye out for Connor Lamb. Keep an eye out for Leighton Hopper. Defense. Just gets on top of these guys straight away. Don't give them sniff. Get the ball on the deck, and we up for it. We up for a good win tomorrow. That's just a quick match preview. I'll see you all down at the ground tomorrow. Up the Seasiders. It's been Seasiders TV, and we'll see you.